One thing you have to be aware of is that Paperpile only works with Google Docs. It doesn't work with Word, although documents created in Google Docs can be exported into Word and then exported back out of Word to Google Docs without destroying any of the links. What I want to show you now is a really nice feature, I think. We tend to write entirely in Google Docs because large collaborative scientific papers have to be written that way, and all the work I do with students is done in Google Docs. But here we've got an example of an article that's being written, and you'll see there's a series of references highlighted in blue at the moment. If I hit the edit button, you can see there's a couple of papers here, and if I choose to update one of the citations, I can click on the details, and this has not been entered by me, this has been entered by one of my colleagues, and her name is shown here. What I can then do is either directly update the citation myself and modify it, or I can actually view the submission. When I do this, what I get is the specific reference with a link to Paperpile, and I can open this in Paperpile. That's quite nice, but imagine you can do a bit more with it. So for instance here, what I could do is view all the references rather than a single one. So here, I click on this button here, wrong button, and it shows me every single reference in this article. They've all been added by the same, some added by me, some by my colleague. I can then choose to add all of these references to my library directly. If I click on this button, it will add all of them, and you'll see it's now going to go through the process, find each of them and add them. But imagine how simple it is if you're drawing up a list of articles as part of, say, lecture notes. You can very quickly generate a reading list for your students this way, and each of the reading lists is simply this unique URL that Paperpile has generated. And we can generate that in a number of ways. This way is directly lifting the articles from the paper. An alternative way would be to go to Paperpile itself, highlight a topic that you've been working on. Let's say here an example of a relatively short one. There's rather too many here. So here, in ancient pathogens, here's all the articles in ancient pathogens. If I highlight all of them, I could then share them via a link. What we now have done is created a link, and that link has listed the 20 articles on pathogens which I've labelled in that specific way. It's a really nice way to generate reading lists and share papers with multiple authors. You'll notice in this case, incidentally, the first article, you have not only the PDF itself, but you're also able to add supplementary files to every article.
Wow.